With a line of Radiator Springs themed rescue vehicles, Red was an obvious candidate to get a brand new variant. He's the town fire truck after all. But right now, the Cars diecast line is in a very strange position when it comes to large characters like Red. The deluxe line was cancelled after 2022, and how we get large characters has been a pretty strange situation since. In 2023, many big characters that previously would have been deluxes, such as Doug Crankle and the Dinosaur Cars, were instead released as singles. Much larger cars like Ivy and Max Cab released in multi-packs, and Red, well, they did something very interesting with Red, releasing the regular old Red Deluxe in a 2-pack alongside the Stanley statue. A pack that was honestly an insane deal price-wise. Deluxes here in the US were $7 and 2-packs are $8, so you were basically getting Red and then Stanley for $1, which is crazy because Stanley is valued at the price of one car when he's another 2-pack. So honestly, really good deal. But for the Race and Rescue line, we, for the first time, saw Mattel choose to instead downscale larger Cars characters. While it is unfortunate, I get it. It's what they have to do right now to release larger characters while the Deluxe line is gone. I hope Deluxes return soon. And with the Lightning Racers show featuring a monster truck character as one of its main characters, I think the Deluxe line really needs to return soon, and hopefully it will with the push for that show. But for now, we're in this awkward position where big characters are being released in strange ways, meaning that, as cool as Race and Rescue Red is, this diecast is kind of overshadowed by the fact that he's a downsized Red. Anyway, guys, welcome back to another review and to another Race and Rescue diecast review. Today, I'm very excited to be taking a look at Red. This was one of my most highly anticipated items in the Race and Rescue line. I absolutely love Red, and getting new variants of him is honestly such a rarity. This year, we received 2 with this one and the color changer, which I haven't found. Getting Race and Rescue Red in general was honestly pretty difficult. This is actually his 2026 Made in China release, an item basically identical to the 2025 one, but yeah, I found him at Target the other day, or today, the day I'm filming it, but you guys are seeing this a couple days later, and I was very happy to find him because this was the final Race and Rescue item I need. This is the last one, other than Red's color changer. I finally completed my collection of Race and Rescue diecasts. Of course, it's not the last one for me to open. I've recorded a review of Jackson Storm's Rally Race variant, and I still have to record reviews of Sheriff and Adam Rodriguez and Kathy Copter. For those of you who don't know, I'm currently about to go on break from my channel, so I'm working on a bunch of pre-recorded videos right now, including reviews of the rest of the Race and Rescue cars. But yeah, found Red today, and I'm very excited to complete my collection of these cars and take a look at him. Like I said, Red's been kind of overshadowed by the fact that he's been downsized, but he's still a really fun release, and we're going to review him as what he is. You know, unfortunately, we can't control what's going on with the Cars diecast line and their weird choices, but yeah, we're going to review this as a Red variant and do our best with it, even though it is a bit smaller than usual. Of course, we got this very nice artwork of Red there, modified Photoshop to have the Race and Rescue design. Radiator Springs Race and Rescue logo there. I absolutely love this card back design. Red's name down there, of course, the little metal logo. This is the 2026 release, so it's missing the new for 2025 logo that you would get on the 2025 one, of course. And on the back of the package, you can see the Race and Rescue cars that are being released for 2026. Pretty solid lineup, especially Luigi and Guido, considering they are very rare items currently. They're pretty hard to find, easily the hardest to find Race and Rescue cars. And there you go, made in China, because Cars production has switched back to China for 2026. Both this and the Sarge I got are glued really, really strongly to their card backs, which is interesting because I've also heard reports of people saying that the 2026 cars are glued very loosely. So I wonder what's going on there. Ooh, wow, yeah. Cars made in China back in the day always had kind of inconsistent gluing. All right, so here is Red out of the packaging. Right from the start, it seems like we have a metal cab here and a plastic back, something you probably expect to see with a Red diecast. He's very cute. Red's always an absolutely adorable character, and looking at him right now, yeah, he does seem pretty small. Let's bring another car for reference. We got Sarge here. Yeah, you can see they had to shrink down Red quite a bit. The best comparison, of course, would be the Deluxe Red. Not that much downscaled. I'd say Morgan Martin's is a bit of a more drastic downscale. But yeah, Red was made a good deal smaller here to fit as a single. Of course, he's still an absolutely massive single. I was at Target buying this, and my sister was with me, and what I said to her was, honestly, because we were both talking about Red being smaller, and we were like, honestly, if the Deluxe line were still going and they released this, they totally would have sold it as a Deluxe. If they released Red at this size, he definitely would have been a Deluxe. That's how, that's really how they treated so many cars. I mean, Mater the Greater was a Deluxe at one point. Brian Feeclamp was a Deluxe at one point. This definitely would have been a Deluxe. They're really making these singles as big as they possibly can. Anyway, of course, the most interesting comparison for this Red isn't going to be his comparison with the Deluxe Red. It's going to be his comparison with the original Red. Ever since we first heard this item was going to be downscaled, I've been curious to see how he stacks up compared to the original 2006 Red. Of course, when Red's diecast first came out and we got this fellow right here, he was very small, and his size was updated later on. So, are these two the same? Not entirely. Okay, so, yeah, this one is definitely bigger. Sorry. A good deal taller than that original Red, as you can see, and also shaped differently. I honestly was expecting him to either be the exact same mold as 2006 Red or completely different, and seems to be something kind of in between. He's definitely not only a bit taller, he's also a much more accurate shape. He's clearly based on the Deluxe Red, not the original Red. So he is smaller, but he's keeping a more accurate shape that this Red doesn't have. Very interesting. He is larger than this one as well. All right, and you can see that with the sirens and other things too. Easily my biggest complaint with this item, other than the fact that it's scaled down, but again, scaling down is kind of something we unfortunately have to look past, as hard as that is, right? My biggest complaint is the fact that the gray on Red isn't shiny like it usually is. As you can see here, they're using a flatter, duller gray for these parts of him that are typically not chrome, but, well, yeah, no, they're chrome. They're kind of a chrome metal metallic color, at least on the side, and yeah, on the bumper as well. Unfortunately, they didn't do that with this variant. It is a flat gray, and I don't know, that's just unfortunate. Makes it look a little bit cheaper, which is really a shame. At the very least, his his designs on the front, his little kind of nose area and sirens and lights and everything are silver, but yeah, nothing else is. Not even his sirens up here, unfortunately. I really do like the facial expression here. Like all the Race and Rescue cars, Red has a completely different facial expression than any of his other variants. Love seeing that they did that with all of these items, and he has a very nice face there. It's been so long since we've gotten a new Red, guys. I think the last new Red we got was the Precision Series 1. Speaking of which, I brought that out for comparison too. Wow, you know what? Not gonna lie, honestly, I think he matches the shaping of Precision Series Red the closest. That is honestly kind of crazy. All right, moving on to the side of Red here. We have, of course, the bulk of the Race and Rescue changes. Red is designed very, very similarly to Mater, with this yellow rescue logo and yellow stripes. We have both vertical and horizontal stripes on different parts of Red. He also uses blue as an accent color. I really love this coloring. It looks so good on Red, both on Red the character, just with the color Red. I absolutely love the yellow and blue and how it pops super, super well. We got the Radiator Springs Race and Logo Rescue there on his door, where the typical Radiator Springs Fire Department logo is. We got his little hose tubes there, the ladder with the hose attached to it, as per usual, does not move at all. His wheels are yellow, as you can see. Moving on to the back, we've got his classic 002 license plate, and interestingly, these backlights are colored in, something that's not on Red's regular deluxe release, not on his original release. It's only ever been found on his Precision Series release. So another comparison between this one and the Precision Series one. Although, unfortunately, they didn't color in these little lights down here, which the Precision Series one did have colored in. Here is a look at the other side. And finally, oh, of course, we got the bell as per usual. Very nice. Love Red's little bell. And finally, there is a look at the base. And as you can see, this one is made in China. We got a plastic back half and metal front half. Compare that to the original 2006 Red, who was a fully metal item. But of course, every Red since has had a metal front and plastic back. And there you have it, guys. Race and Rescue Red. A really great design, honestly. I really love how this turned out. I think that, much like a lot of the Radiator Springs rescue vehicles in this line, this does a really good job both looking like a variant of the character and looking different enough. These changes really fit a rescue team themed Red super, super well. I think the same thing about Sheriff and about Mater and even about McQueen. Red really wears this look well. I love seeing him with a different alternative paint job, really a rarity in Cars merchandise. Super cool to have this one. I love that it's both subtly different, but also quite a bit different. Of course, he's a pretty cool design. You just have to look past that shrinking down. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. Actually, hold on. Can we get the Red family tree in here? Can we get the Red scale chart here? There we go. Now all we need is a plastic one that came with the playset a few years ago. We'll have all of them. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this item in the comments. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.